"Ma'am, you cannot board this aircraft." Adrienne stopped. She turned her head. She looked at the security officer. "What do you mean? This is my company jet. May I see your boarding pass? This is a private jet. Authorization is with the pilot. Then you cannot pass through this gate." "Are you serious?" "Yes, ma'am. Orders." The camera was already recording. Every word was on the record. And at that moment, no one knew what this would turn into. The private jet terminal's ceiling camera captured everything from a fixed angle. 6:47 p.m., October 11th, Friday evening, Houston Hobby Airport. This single second, started a chain that would shake a Fortune 500 company, destroy a security firm, and rewrite American aviation security. And at that moment, no one knew what this would turn into. Adrienne Mitchell was 42 years old. She was the CEO of GlobalTech Solutions. Her company was on the Fortune 500 list. Annual revenue, $8.3 billion, 15,000 employees. And that day, all she wanted was to go home. She'd been in Houston for 3 days. Meetings from morning to evening, client presentations, board discussions, strategic planning sessions. 3 exhausting, intense, draining days. And now, all she wanted was to board her own plane and return to San Francisco. October 11th, 2024, Friday evening, 6:30 p.m. Adrienne walked into the private jet terminal wearing a black business suit, laptop bag slung over her shoulder. GlobalTech's Gulfstream G650 private jet was waiting in front of the terminal. Its gleaming white fuselage sparkled under the evening sun. Pilot James Rodriguez and co-pilot Sarah Chen were completing pre-flight checks, engine tests, fuel levels, route confirmations. Everything was normal. Everything seemed routine. Everything was a process they'd done 100 times before. Adrienne walked toward the terminal's VIP lounge. This was standard procedure. Private jet passengers had a completely different experience from commercial flights. No crowds, no lines, no lengthy security checks, because these passengers were pre-known. Names were on file. Flight plans were approved. IDs were verified. Or, that's how it was supposed to be. As Adrienne entered the lounge, she noticed Security Officer Marcus Reeves. Reeves was 34 years old, a former police officer. He'd left the Houston Police Department 2 years ago, moved into private security, worked for a company called Secure Air Global, and that evening he was responsible for security at Houston Hobby's private jet terminal. Reeves stood up when he saw Adrienne. He raised his hand. "Ma'am," he said. His voice was official and cold. "Where are you headed?" Adrienne turned. She was slightly surprised, but relaxed. "To the private jet terminal," she said. "My plane is waiting for me." Reeves looked Adrienne up and down. 1 second, maybe 2 seconds, silently examining her. Then he asked, "May I see your boarding pass?" Adrienne hesitated, because the question was odd. This is a private jet. Authorization is with the pilot. Reeves' face changed. His eyebrows furrowed slightly. His lips tightened. In that case, he said slowly, "May I see your identification and flight authorization?" Adrienne took a short breath. She opened her bag. She handed him her driver's license. She handed him her GlobalTech company card. "My ID," she said. Her voice was calm. "I'm the CEO of GlobalTech. The plane belongs to the company." Reeves took the documents. He examined the license, looked at the name, Adrienne Mitchell, looked at the photo, then at her face. He turned over the company card. It clearly read, GlobalTech Solutions, Chief Executive Officer. Reeves put the card on the desk. He looked at Adrienne. "You cannot pass through here," he said. "And right here, this is where the system failure began." Adrienne's eyebrows rose. "What did you say?" she said. Her voice hardened. Reeves crossed his arm. "According to procedure," he said, "private jet passengers must be on a pre-approved list. I don't see you on this list." Adrienne waited. Maybe he'd say, "Let me check." Maybe he'd say, "Let me contact the pilot." Maybe he'd say, "There must be a mistake." But Reeves said none of those things. He just waited. Adrienne tried to stay calm. She took a breath. "I'm the CEO," she said. Her voice was clear. The plane belongs to the company. There is no list. Call the pilot. Reeves shook his head, slowly, firmly. I'm sorry, he said. But his voice carried no apology. That's the procedure. No list. You can't pass through. Something tightened in Adrienne's chest. An incredible feeling. Are you serious? She said. Yes, ma'am. Okay, Adrienne said. There was a hint of irritation in her voice for the first time. Then call the pilot. He'll authorize me. No, Reeves said definitively. Pilots aren't security authorities. I'm in charge here. You're not on the list. Adrienne froze. Because this was surreal now. To board her own plane, she couldn't even call her own pilot. Fine, she said slowly. Can I see your list? Reeves turned. He walked to the laptop on his desk, pressed a few keys, looked at the screen, clicked the mouse, scrolled down the page. Then he raised his head. He looked at Adrienne. No record in the system, he said. Adrienne's heart raced, but she didn't raise her voice. Because she'd been in business for decades, she'd learned to stay calm. She'd learned not to lose control. Of course there's no record, she said, because this is a private jet. It's not in your system. The flight plan is with the FAA. The pilots registered it. Reeves shrugged. I can't see it in my system, he said. Adrienne pulled out her phone. Then she said, I'm calling your terminal manager. Reeves stepped forward. You can't use your phone here, he said. Adrienne raised her head. She looked at Reeves. What did you say? Security protocol, Reeves said. No phone use here. And right then, at that exact moment, Adrienne understood. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was deliberate. Reeves wanted to stop her. Why? Adrienne didn't know, but Reeves wasn't going to let her on that jet. Are you kidding me? Adrienne said. Her voice had hardened now. I can't make a phone call? Procedure. Reeves said again. Adrienne put her phone in her pocket. She took a deep breath. Then call your supervisor. I am the supervisor, Reeves said. No, Adrienne said. Her voice was starting to lose control. I mean the terminal manager. Reeves paused. He's not available right now. Then page him, Adrienne said. Reeves didn't answer. Instead, he looked at Adrienne's luggage. Small rolling suitcase. Laptop bag. I need to open your bag, he said. Adrienne was shocked. Because this was absurd. Now, completely absurd. What? She said. My bag? Yes, Reeves said. Security procedure. All baggage must be inspected. Adrienne opened her hands. Private jet passengers don't go through TSA screening, she said. There's a different process. But you, Reeves said slowly, aren't on the list. Therefore, standard inspection is required. Adrienne froze. Her eyes locked onto Reeves's eyes. And in that moment, without saying a word, she saw something. In Reeves's eyes, a determination, a stubbornness, a bias. You're not opening my bag, Adrienne said. Then, Reeves said, you cannot pass through here. Adrienne pulled out her phone again. I'm calling my company attorney right now, she said. Reeves reached forward. I told you, he said sharply. No phone use here. Adrienne brought the phone to her ear. You can't stop me, she said. Reeves tried to take the phone from Adrienne's hand. Adrienne pulled back. Don't touch me, she shouted. Her voice echoed through the terminal, down the empty corridors, on the security cameras. Reeves stopped. Then he pulled out his radio, pressed the button. Situation in VIP terminal. Need backup. Now. 2 minutes passed in silence. Adrienne stood in the corner. Her phone was still in her hand. She'd called company attorney Rachel Hartman. Rachel answered. Adrienne, what's going on? Rachel. Adrienne's voice trembled. This wasn't anger. It was shock. I'm in Houston, at the airport. Security is blocking me from my own jet. Rachel was silent. 1 second. 2 seconds. What did you say? She said. The security officer, Adrienne said, is stopping me. Says I'm not on the list. Blocking me from my jet. Rachel took a deep breath. Okay, she said. Stay calm. Put the security officer on the phone right now. Adrienne turned to Reeves. She held out the phone. "Company attorney," she said. "She wants to speak with you." Reeves took the phone. "Yes," he said. "This is Rachel Hartman," she said. Her voice was cold and sharp. "Legal counsel for GlobalTech Solutions. Adrienne Mitchell is our CEO. The plane belongs to the company. We have an approved flight plan with the FAA. Let her through immediately." Reeves was silent. "I can't see it in my system," he said. Then Rachel said sharply, "There's an error in your system. Check the FAA records. The flight plan is there." "I can only check my own system," Reeves said. Rachel's voice was ice cold. "Then I want to speak with the manager on duty now." "He's not available right now," Reeves said. Rachel heard the silence, heard the stubbornness, and she understood. "Put Adrienne back on," she said. Reeves held out the phone. "Adrienne," Rachel said, "get the terminal manager's name. I'm contacting airport management right now. Stay there. Don't open your bag. Don't consent to anything." Adrienne nodded. She wanted to cry because she was 42 years old. She was a company CEO. She made billion-dollar decisions. And now, to board her own plane, she had to call a lawyer. Another security officer arrived. Jason Hayes, 29 years old, worked for the same company. Hayes ran into the terminal. He looked at Reeves. "What's going on?" he asked. Reeves pointed at Adrienne. "This woman," he said, "isn't on the list, but she's trying to board the jet. Used her phone. Violated procedure." Hayes turned to Adrienne. "Ma'am," he said, "do you have ID?" Adrienne couldn't believe it. "I already showed it," she said. Her voice cracked. "I'm the CEO of GlobalTech. The plane belongs to the company." Hayes looked at Reeves. "Did you verify?" "Yes," Reeves said. "She's not in the system." Hayes nodded. Then he said, "Procedure is clear. She can't pass." And right here, this is where the system started to collapse. Because Hayes didn't verify anything, didn't call the pilot, didn't check the FAA, didn't page the terminal manager. He just trusted Reeves. Because that's how the system works. Authority isn't questioned. Adrienne gripped her bag tightly. "I spoke with my attorney," she said. "Airport management is being contacted. You're making a very big mistake right now." Hayes stepped forward. "Ma'am," he said, "you need to calm down." "I am calm," Adrienne said. "But you won't let me on my own plane." "There's no need to shout," Hayes said. "I'm not shouting," Adrienne said. But her voice had risen. Because it had been 30 minutes now. 30 minutes of saying the same thing. And nobody was listening. Reeves pulled out his radio again. "To control center," he said. "Situation escalating in VIP terminal. Unauthorized person present. Secure the area." Adrienne's face flushed. "Unauthorized person?" she said. Her voice trembled. "I'm an unauthorized person? I'm the CEO. This plane is mine." Hayes stepped forward. "Ma'am," he said in a stern voice, "I need you to leave now." "No," Adrienne said. "I'm boarding my plane." Hayes and Reeves blocked Adrienne's path. 2 men, 1 woman, empty terminal. "Move," Adrienne said. Hayes reached for Adrienne's luggage. "Put down the bag," he said. Adrienne pulled the bag back. "No, let go." Hayes tried to pull the bag. Adrienne held on. 2 people struggling over a bag. The security camera recorded everything. Angle, Adrienne holding her bag. Hayes trying to pull it. Image physical struggle. But that wasn't the reality. Adrienne wasn't attacking. Adrienne was just protecting her own property. But the camera couldn't distinguish intent. 3 minutes later, 2 police officers arrived. From Houston Airport Police Department, Officer David Park, Officer Lisa Chen. Park entered the terminal. He looked at Reeves. "What's the problem?" he asked. Reeves was out of breath. "This woman," he said, "is trying to enter the private jet terminal without authorization. She's not on the list. Violated procedure." Park turned to Adrienne. Adrienne was crying now. For 35 minutes. For 35 minutes, she'd been experiencing something unbelievable. "Ma'am," Park said in a soft voice, "do you have ID?" Adrienne pulled out her wallet with shaking hands. She handed him her driver's license. She handed him her company card. I'm the CEO of GlobalTech, she said. Her voice was hoarse but clear. The flight plan is with the FAA. These men are blocking me from my own plane. Park took the documents. He examined them. He turned to Chen. Looks legitimate, Park said. Chen nodded. Park looked at Reeves. Did you call the pilot? He asked. Reeves was silent. Did you call the pilot? Park repeated. No, Reeves said. Why not? Because according to procedure, I'm in charge. Park shook his head. Then he turned to Adrienne. Ma'am, he said, can you call your pilot? Adrienne pulled out her phone. With trembling hands, she called the pilot. 30 seconds later, Captain James Rodriguez entered the terminal. Adrienne, he said in shock. What's going on? Why are we waiting? Park looked at Rodriguez. Are you the pilot? Yes, Rodriguez said. I'm the captain of the GlobalTech aircraft. Is this woman your passenger? Rodriguez was shocked. He looked at Adrienne. He saw her tears. Passenger, he said. She's our CEO. The plane belongs to her. Park turned to Reeves. His voice was cold. What did you do? He said. Reeves froze. Park raised his hand. Ma'am, he said to Adrienne. You can proceed. We apologize. Adrienne picked up her bag. She was trembling. She looked at Reeves and Hayes. She said nothing. She just walked past. Adrienne boarded the jet. Rodriguez helped her into her seat. Adrienne, he said. God, I'm so sorry. What happened? Adrienne didn't answer. She just looked out the window. The plane took off, left Houston behind. But the feeling inside Adrienne didn't leave. Humiliation, helplessness, invisibility. She was 42 years old. She ran a multi-billion-dollar company. But that evening, a security officer had dismissed her. She wasn't in the system. She wasn't on the list. Because maybe someone like her couldn't belong on that jet. After Adrienne returned to San Francisco, she met with Rachel Hartman. This is unacceptable, Rachel said. We're filing suit. Adrienne nodded. It's not just me, she said. How many other people are treated this way? Rachel had asked the right question. The GlobalTech legal team sprang into action, requested airport security records, requested Secure Air Global's internal documents, and discovered this. In the last 18 months, 37 incidents had occurred with the same scenario, all at the private jet terminal, all with Black or Latino passengers, all using the not on the list justification. But with white passengers, no such incidents had ever occurred. GlobalTech filed a $4.2 million lawsuit. Charges: discrimination, false imprisonment, security protocol violation, emotional damages. Secure Air Global tried to defend itself. Procedure was followed, they said. But the court watched the security camera footage, saw the moment Adrienne showed her ID, saw the moment Reeves didn't verify, saw the moment Hayes didn't validate, saw that 35 minutes passed before police arrived. The court issued its ruling. Procedure was not followed. Assumption was applied. Bias was applied. Secure Air Global paid $4.2 million in damages. But the money was just the beginning. Houston Hobby Airport terminated its contract with Secure Air. Dallas-Fort Worth terminated the contract. Austin Bergstrom terminated the contract. Within 18 months, Secure Air Global lost 73% of its revenue. The company went bankrupt. Marcus Reeves was fired. Jason Hayes was fired. The terminal manager resigned. Secure Air's CEO resigned. And Houston Hobby Airport rewrote all security protocols from scratch. New rule: every security decision must be verified by 2 separate authorities. New rule: no physical intervention can occur before passenger identity is verified. New rule: all security personnel must undergo mandatory bias training. New rule: every incident must be reviewed by an independent committee. This incident wasn't a technical error. It wasn't a computer malfunction. It wasn't a software glitch. It wasn't a communication breakdown. This was a chain of assumptions. First assumption: a black woman can't own a private jet. Second assumption: if she's not in the system, she doesn't belong here. Third assumption: Procedure is more important than verification. Fourth assumption, authority comes before truth. Fifth assumption, not questioning equals loyalty. Each assumption enabled the next error, and each error made it harder to turn back. Marcus Reeves, when he saw Adrienne, made a decision, not conscious, but mental. This woman doesn't belong here, and that single thought shaped everything. Did he check her ID? Yes. But did he really believe it? No. Did he call the pilot? No, because no matter what the pilot said, Reeves had already decided. When Jason Hayes arrived, what did he do? Did he verify? No. He just trusted Reeves, because that's how the system works. Authority isn't questioned. Adrienne Mitchell is still GlobalTech's CEO today. The company reached $9.1 billion in revenue. It has 19,400 employees. But that night, at Houston Hobby, she was detained for 47 minutes. For 47 minutes, a security officer saw her, but didn't believe her, because the picture in his mind didn't match Adrienne's reality, and the system supported that assumption, didn't verify, didn't question, didn't correct. After that incident, Adrienne felt the same way at every airport, going through security, entering the private jet terminal, boarding the plane. I wonder if someone will stop me today too, because the system failure wasn't just an incident, it was trauma. Marcus Reeves was blacklisted from the security sector. He currently works as a construction worker in Houston. In an interview, he said, "I just followed procedure." He said, "I didn't do anything else." But what did the procedure say? Procedure said, "Verify identity." Reeves did. Procedure said, "If you have doubts, verify." Reeves didn't. Procedure said, "Call the pilot." Reeves didn't call. Procedure said, "Inform the manager." Reeves didn't inform. Marcus Reeves didn't follow procedure. He applied assumption, unconsciously, and his life changed. Adrienne's life changed too. Secure Air Global's life changed. Houston Hobby's protocols changed. All because of one assumption. When authority replaces verification, error is inevitable. Marcus Reeves was an authority figure, but he didn't fulfill his responsibility. Jason Hayes followed authority, but he wasn't critical. The terminal manager didn't receive a report, but he didn't supervise. The system was working, but it wasn't thinking. And Adrienne Mitchell, for 47 minutes in front of her own plane, waited. Because the system didn't see her. The system didn't hear her. The system didn't believe her. And this is exactly what authority error is. When authority disconnects from reality, when procedure replaces thought, when assumption precedes verification, that's when the system collapses and people get hurt. Adrienne Mitchell got hurt, but in the end, the system changed because she didn't stay silent, because she didn't accept it, because she demanded accountability. And now, at Houston Hobby, every security officer thinks twice. Does this person really not belong here? Or am I just making an assumption? Because one assumption can change a life, can end a career, can destroy a company, can transform a system. Authority error. Authority is not enough. Accountability is required. Who made the mistake in this scene? The security officer or the system?